So all set for the live stream?
Yes, we are ready.
All right. Okay, great. So let's go. We are live now. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our second live session of this creative learning series. I am Dr. Shweta Verma, co founder of Guinea's Planet, and I'm delighted to have you with us again. In our previous live stream, we explored why writing feels challenging for many children and how microfiction can make it fun and empowering. And in that stream, too, you saw uh, Latika with me. Um, so, Latika, before I go further, would you like to just introduce yourself? And I'll also, of course, introduce you right now and add on to it. So, I'm joined by Latika Sawhney, an outstanding Cambridge awarded educational practitioner who is known for her expertise in creating engaging learning experiences. And Latika brings a powerful blend of structure and creativity to children's learning journeys. And I'm looking forward to diving into today's conversation. So thank you, Latika, for joining. Do add on more to your introduction before
Thank
I go
you.
any further.
Yeah, thank you, Shweta. Thank you. And I'm very happy and very glad to be a part of this conversation. And I think this is more of a cause than promotion because creative writing, I feel it has come from my heart. And as Shweta introduced, I am a Cambridge writing facilitator. And I have also worked with international school and I have started my own platform in writing. So today we will be conversing about creative writing and we can start.
Right. Okay. And for everyone who may have missed this, so Guinea's Planet is a social enterprise, and we take empathy, diversity conversations to children and grown-ups in simple and fun ways. And we have storybook series. So creativity using art and craft, creativity using writing, reading is something that we are deeply connected with. So today, moving on from and going ahead from last time's live stream, we are going a little deeper. We've heard many parents asking questions about creativity, discipline, culture, practicality, and many times, some parents are also of this question that where does creative writing fit into academics, and when we spend time in creativity, does that distract also, or does that also cater to the academic requirements? And especially, I think in the age of AI, is writing still relevant? So these are important questions, and we are here to unpack them together. So my first question, Latika, is many parents value academics and cultural grounding. So where does creative writing fit into this picture?
Yeah, it's true that parents value more of academics and cultural grounding. So I would like to say that creative writing does not fit into any picture. Rather, it is the essence of everything. Our grandparents used to share their stories and they used to share wisdom through their stories. And nowadays, we are somehow losing that connection. So, what if writing could be their way of keeping our family's voice alive? When think of creative writing as a bridge which is there between knowledge and identity. So a child who writes about a family, a child who writes about a family's ritual or their grandparents story is not drifting away from the culture, right? So they are actually preserving it in their own voice. So it's like turning their family albums into stories so that the future generations can also read. So, and academically also, I think it is very relevant because creative writing strengthens thinking, it strengthens expression, vocabulary, comprehension. And these are the skills that children need to show up in exams, in interviews, and also in life. So it's very relevant in today's, like, especially in today's scenario where AI is also there.
Right. Um, so when we look at uh, learning journey of a child, so do you think can creativity and traditional discipline, do you think these two can coexist in a child's learning journey?
Yeah, I think that they must coexist in a child's learning journey. But to get to that point, let us think of creative. Let us not think of creative writing. Let us come to some other creative platform. For example, let us think of classical music or Bharatnatyam. So these are also very disciplined art forms, and at the same time, they are deeply creative, right? So why do we have to see creativity and discipline as opposites in education? So they are a part of education. So the structure and creativity are like music and rhythm. So if one gives the rules, the other brings life to it, right? So writing a story also would need a lot of planning. It would need sequencing, clarity. It's just like solving a math problem, or it's just like learning classical dance. So when children are writing regularly, it brings a lot of builds a lot of discipline, and that discipline is not coming out of fear. That discipline is coming out of their joy. So definitely it coexists with the traditional writing, traditional journey.
Right. So now that we've cleared that, things can coexist, but of course, parents can also sometimes worry, how much impact can creativity, imagination have, on children. So my next question is that, for especially for parents who worry that encouraging creativity might make children less practical, too imaginative. So what would you say to them?
So I think that if you encourage creative writing in children, it is going to make them imaginative, but it is not going to make them less practical. Rather, I would say that imagination fuels practicality. Every invention that begins was once too imaginative, right from the airplane to the WhatsApp that we are using every day. It was too imaginative at that time. But a child, if he's imagining something, it is actually he's solving real life problems. So suppose a child can think of three possible endings to a story. So those three possible endings are not just endings. This is not just a theory or literature part. He's also learning to think of three different solutions to some real life problem. So creativity is not an escape at all from the reality. It is rather a platform, like to where children can prepare for themselves, prepare their own reality and shape it also.
Okay, great. So I hope parents who were worried, how the child can become imaginative and away from academic and other important stuff, I hope we've answered your query. But now let's come to the AI part, which is a big deal these days. Everybody's talking about it. So with screens and AI everywhere today, where somebody can just get a whole story on click of a button by giving some prompts, is creative writing still relevant for this generation?
Yes, it is relevant more than ever because AI can write information for your child. It cannot write your child's voice. It cannot write your child's emotions, his soul. That cannot be written by AI. So the ability to express themselves is going to matter more than just typing correct grammar, that or the structure that we get on the AI. So in a world which is full of screens, writing becomes like a mirror where the child can stay human, they can stay thoughtful, and they can stay connected to themselves. So AI is not to be seen against writing. I think it will assist them once they get the practice of writing creatively. But at the same time, we should see AI as something outside, and at the same time, they both have to coexist. Creativity and AI both have to coexist now.
Right. So we're not letting go of AI, but we're saying that creativity and the importance of writing, does not obviously stop.
Yeah.
So moving to the next important part, how does creative writing support children's emotional and mental well-being? And once Latika has shared a view, I'll add mine. But over to you, Latika, first.
Okay, I think creative writing, when a child tries to write and he keeps on writing, develops a practice over time, writing becomes like a quiet friend to him that he can confide in, and that can become a doorway to his emotions also. For example, we can see children writing about their emotions. Suppose the child is feeling lonely or rejected, he may not write directly, but some stories may crop up. For example, he might write about a lonely tree who was waiting for the sun. So that story becomes a doorway to the emotions that they could not express openly. So writing actually builds emotional muscles very gently. It is like yoga for the heart. So now you also wanted to
Right.
add something, so you
Yeah.
can.
So, in Guinness Planet work, we give a lot of value to and weightage to expression of children. How are they expressing through, let's say, art and craft, or how are they expressing through writing? speaking, in different ways. And I've always felt, and so do many professionals like me who work with children, who work on well-being, who work on inclusion, empathy, and diversity. We feel that when people express, whether through writing or through in any other way, that really builds ways for people to become more confident when it comes to sharing and standing for themselves, becoming more assertive, you know. And the other thing is, I mean, and that's linked less with my work with children. That's linked more with my journey as an entrepreneur and my journey as a PhD scholar and a social work professional. That I've
Hmm.
seen that when things appear too many and too much, and when things appear to be in a mess, writing can actually clarify a lot of things. So when we
Hmm.
start writing and things flow, a lot of things actually evolve from there, things that we may not have thought in advance, but when we start writing, they emerge. So
Very true.
I think creative writing is very, very important, not just for children's emotional and mental well-being, but for everybody.
Hmm.
Adults should do it this as well and find time for it if possible, without worrying, about this fact that am I creative enough. The point is, if you express, if you write, things will evolve and you will find different pathways to go where you want to.
Correct, because there are different things in our mind and we don't even notice them unless we write them.
Mm.
So once
Yeah,
we write them, it becomes like it is exposed to us, and then
yeah.
we can work on it, and then so many other things come up, and then it actually gain a lot of confidence through
Hmm.
writing.
Yeah. Um, Also, I think with generational change, it is a lot about, you know, uh, what each generation also wants to express in their own
Yes.
different ways. And
Hmm.
that, of course, changes, shifts. So I think the next question is also very important, that can children be creative without drifting away from their cultural or family values,
Hmm.
even when they're expressing them differently than previous generations? What do you think?
Yes, 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 sure. Actually, creativity does not dilute culture, it revives them, and it has the capacity to carry it forward. So, for example, imagine your child rewriting the tale of Akbar and Birbal, and he's rewriting the tale of Akbar and Birbal in a modern school setting. Okay, so it keeps the heritage alive in the form that they love. So it's like teaching them to cook the same dish, a traditional dish, but with a new garnish. So our point is that the essence should stay and the joy increases. So they can keep the culture intact. We just have to supervise what they are writing, but keeping the culture intact, they can always evolve through it, because history is history and present is present, and we are going to create future also. So children culture will definitely be there. They can preserve the culture, and at the same time they can carry it forward through their writing with different twists and turns.
Right. Um, so now let's say parents do want to encourage their children to take up creative writing and encourage them on this path. What simple steps would you recommend? What simple steps can parents take to, and take at home to build a child's confidence in writing?
I think as parents we can do a lot. We can take a lot of initiative for this, but we first have to make sure that that initiative does not sound as a compulsion to the children. It should not be like a bonding or a homework, like something which is binding, but it should come out beautifully. So they should enjoy it. So, for example, they can ask them open ended questions to spark their imagination. So, if our pet could speak today, what do you think it would speak? What do you think it would say? Things like this, or some what if scenarios. And parents can also have a no red pen journal where mistakes are safe and they're allowed, and so that children can openly write about it, about whatever they want to feel, want to express themselves. And they can also share their childhood stories to inspire their children's stories. So in this way, when creativity feels like a connection, the children will open up beautifully. It's not like a compulsion, and there should not be any judgment on this.
Hmm. Right. Okay. So let's talk about the microfiction course that Guinness Planet and Writistic have been working on together, and we've come up with a great module. But You know, let's give our audience some understanding of what makes it different from the regular creative writing programs.
Okay, so microfiction, as the name suggests, micro means small and fiction means which is not real. So, microfiction course is like creating stories which are fiction, but they're very tiny stories, and at the same time, they are full of meaning and purpose. So, microfiction is like storytelling in a single breath. So, it is short enough to write and powerful enough to feel. So children would learn to express themselves, their big emotions in tiny stories, and I think it would really suit this fast digital world. And sometimes children feel that writing becomes intimidating to them. So writing tiny stories would not actually would do the opposite thing, and it's like a confidence builder designed as a fun activity, and at the same time it is academically rigorous because we are going to introduce them to the structure of the story writing also, the normal story writing, and we are going to then teach them how we can cut the curve to write a microfiction story, and there are a lot of things which are involved in this. So academically also it is going to be very rigorous, and at the same time it is very creative.
Right. Um, and how does microfiction specifically help children improve their writing skills?
I think microfiction would really help them to improve their writing skills because it would teach them how to think sharply and choose words more purposefully and express their meaning with a lot of impact. So, with a definite impact. So, it's like learning to paint sunsets with just 8 strokes instead of 80 strokes, and they gain clarity, imagination, they develop empathy, and I think they will be thrilled when they see other people talking about their stories. They will see that it really sparks some meaningful conversations. So their small stories sparking meaningful conversation is like a confidence booster for them.
Great. Um, and considering that Guinness Planet and Rightistic are collaborating on this, so let's educate our audience on how does this collaboration add value to children's experience. So first you, and then I'll add mine.
Okay, like I told you that we are into creative writing, and all the basics of creative writing would be included in the course, and as well as all the structure and sequencing of story parts. And there are a lot of things we can give the details of the course. And I think Guinness Planet would add the heart into this writing, and children would learn to see the world with empathy, inclusivity, and curiosity, and I feel that these are the qualities that turns writers into better human beings. And stories would just not be stories, they would become like windows into understanding others. Like they would be
Great.
able to enter the world of other people and understand them emotionally also, and they would be adept enough to write also. Yeah.
So Latika has largely answered this question for both of us. So Guinness Planet brings empathy, diversity, inclusion conversations to children in simple and fun ways. And of course, we use stories very heavily along with fun, art and craft and other expressive experiences. Uh, so while we bring this on board and we hope that the stories and the characters that children build with us will be thoughtful, deep, with greater understanding of the world that exists around us, the world full of diversity, and how inclusive it can be. So we're hoping that a lot of that will come through. And in this, when we partner with Latika and Rightistic, it brings great partners together because Latika is an expert when it comes to helping children build their journeys of expression, of writing, of building the sequence and getting all those triggering thoughts that can actually lead to a great outcome for every child at their pace. So we're hoping, really hoping, that this collaboration is going to be great for children, of course great for us as well, because um, you know while Latika, and she'll tell you more, while they bring out the series together with the stories that have worked in past with her, Guinness Planet is also hoping that we will be also be able to uh, find some creative brains who would like to work with us in different capacities with the time that they have, and we are looking at children becoming good contributors to the work that we do. Uh,
Correct.
so now let's tell you more about what might be happening, but in a very very short span. So let's tell them, Latika, will the sessions only be about writing, or there is interaction also? What is happening in our sessions?
So these sessions have been designed to nurture each child. So they are not only writing, we are going to have very socially interactive sessions in which there will be imagination exercises, there will be real time feedback, discussions that would make the children feel really heard. And this learning will not just feel like a class, it's going to make them feel like a creative adventure that they would be looking forward to.
Okay, and we all look forward to it. And what is it that they get at the end of it, Latika?
So at the end of the whole series, they would get certificates, they would get personal feedback, and they would also be getting a digital anthology of student stories that that have already been written in the form of microfiction by our earlier students. And I think it would become like a memory of the moment that their writing journey began. So it's like something that they would treasure, just like the first drawing or the first school report. So they will treasure it like that for the whole of life.
Nice. And I hope everybody is looking forward to it. And is
Yeah.
there a way for children to try session before committing to the full course? Because we are announcing a 5-day course.
Yes, yes. We will be keeping a trial session also. So I think we will decide the date soon, and we will launch it soon for the month of December.
Right. And basically, when people come for that particular session, which is what Latika is calling a trial session, it will actually be a slightly different topic from the actual course. It will be connected but different, because we do want every child to take something away from the session that they're joining. So it will be a short session in itself, which gives children at least some perspective and some skill. So finally, Latika, coming back to our original point before I say the last few things, what role can parents play during and after the course to support their child's creative growth? I mean, when they do join our course.
Yeah, like I said before, also that parents should make a connection with the child. So instead of becoming an editor of their writing, they should become a cheerleader. So because children might remember the corrected grammar, but they will definitely remember how you reacted to their ideas. Okay, so if there is some light shining in their eyes, that means you are winning as a parent and they are winning as a writer. So listen to them with curiosity, do not jump to conclusions, do not try to always keep correcting their grammar and spelling. It is okay to make mistakes, slowly they will come up. Like that confidence should come first to write. And we can keep a no judgment journal for free writing, and then we can read and share stories regularly with them. With in the books, audio books are also there, folk tales, and ask them what if questions, some open ended questions to spark their imagination. Encourage storytelling through drawing, through talking, not only through writing. And we should praise their ideas when they have done something, and their effort. That I think effort needs to be praised more than everything. And we should not like not the perfection part. Perfection part can come later, it will definitely come. So first we have to build their self esteem. So we can also like show their things like the writing that they have done to the family or the friends. This will actually help them build their self-esteem. We can have a weekly family time storytelling ritual type. So for example, 5-10 minutes every week, so children can tell stories. So it can become like a ritual of the family. It would help the habit to go deep. So these are the things that parents can do, and definitely it will have an impact. So basically, it's all about making the connection, and they will, I think, evolve themselves naturally.
Hmm. Okay. And here is an offer for schools, especially schools in Delhi NCR, where Guinea's Planet is located. That if you want to invite us for a quick 45-minute session, on for students on how to build characters using empathy as your tool, then that is something that we'll be keen to doing. um, I mean, that is not directly again connected with the course. It is linked, but it's not a quick preview of what will happen in the course because course is online. But yes, we do want to keep connections in person as well. So for schools who would like to invite us, I can be here and help with these quick sessions. And of course, we'll be having online sessions as well, before and after we do these 5 session course. Um, so if you look at the caption, or description of this live stream, this video, you'd also see there's a form. So whether or not the dates align with, your availability, I would actually urge you to fill up the form to share your interest in knowing more about updates, so that whenever the courses are announced at different intervals, you get the update and you can choose to spread the information and also join if they want to. Um, so, moving on to the last part, and the closing part. Thank you so much, Latika, for your thoughtful responses and for making creativity feel accessible and meaningful for parents. And thank you all to the parents who joined us today. Creative writing isn't separate from academics. It strengthens imagination, emotional intelligence, and communication skills and confidence. And it does help children make sense of the world around them. So, if you'd like your child to experience the microfiction course, learn through stories, and build essential life skills, do explore the enrollment details that we'll be sharing as with people who will be filling up the form to express their interest. And of course, we'll be announcing the dates for any short sessions that people can come in and try and meet us and, of course, learn something. And as always, at Guinea's Planet, we believe that inclusion, empathy, creativity can grow together. And Rightistic also believes that. So let's continue supporting our children with curiosity, kindness, and encouragement. And see you in the next live session as well. Thank you,
Thank you,
Latika.
Shweta. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you so much.